The hidden war you didn't see coming. You're praying, but it feels blocked. You're tired, even after a full night's sleep. You smile, but deep down something feels broken. Your life used to flow. Now everything feels stuck. No one understands. Not even you. But listen carefully. This isn't all in your head, and you're not weak. Because what you're feeling might not be emotional. It might be spiritual. Yes, witchcraft is real. Sihr exists. Even the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was affected by it. And today, many believers suffer in silence. In this video, you'll discover 7 signs someone may be doing sihr on you, and most importantly, how to protect yourself with the help of Allah. Sign 1. You don't feel like yourself anymore. You used to be calm, joyful, confident. Now, you're always irritated. You cry randomly. You feel heavy. Your emotions don't make sense. One day you're okay. The next, you're drowning in fear, sadness, or guilt. It's not just stress. It's not overthinking. It's like someone reached into your chest and switched your heart. That's how sihr works. It confuses your emotions. It whispers lies into your thoughts. It makes you blame yourself when you're actually under attack. Sign 2. Relationships suddenly break without reason. You and your spouse were fine. You and your friend were close. Then, coldness, silence, distance, tension. You try to fix it. You pray. But it gets worse. Every word turns into a fight. This isn't normal. This isn't just a bad mood. It could be sihr al-tafriq, witchcraft done to break love, ruin families, and divide hearts. Allah warned us about this in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah 102. It's real, but so is the cure. Sign 3. Every time marriage comes close, something goes wrong. You're doing everything right. You've worked on yourself. You've stayed patient. You've prayed for a good spouse. And when someone finally comes along, it feels like this might be it. They're kind. They show interest. The families start talking. You get your hopes up. You let your heart open a little. And then, suddenly, it all falls apart. They stop responding. They say strange things. Or their family changes their mind with no clear reason. It doesn't happen once. It happens again and again. Each time, it gets harder to trust. Harder to believe something good will ever last. People around you say, just be patient. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. And yes, sometimes they're right. But what if it keeps happening? Every single time. No closure, no logic, no peace. That's when you have to ask, is this really just life? Or is something else interfering? Because in many cases, it's not your personality. It's not your looks. It's not that you're not trying hard enough. Sometimes it's sihr, a form of witchcraft that's meant to block you from marriage, done by people who don't want to see you happy, done out of envy or anger or for no reason at all. And the scariest part, you start to believe the lie. You start thinking, maybe something's wrong with me. But there's nothing wrong with you. Your story is not broken. Your future is still written. And no one can take away what Allah has written for you. When marriage feels impossible, and no one can explain why, you're not cursed. You're not forgotten. You're being tested. And through that test, Allah is pulling you closer. He's showing you that your peace isn't in people, it's in Him. So don't give up. Don't blame yourself. And don't let what was meant to break you stop your faith from growing. Because when Allah decides it's time, no force, no spell, no human can stop it. And the love he sends will arrive in a way no one can block. Sign 4. You feel like something is watching you or weighing you down. You sit quietly in your room. Nothing's happening. No sound, no movement, no one around. But something doesn't feel right. It's hard to explain, but the room feels wrong, heavier than it should, like the air itself is pressing against your skin. You feel a presence, not someone you can see, not something you can name, but deep down, your soul senses it. It's like something is watching you. You turn around quickly, but there's nothing there. You tell yourself it's your mind playing tricks, but it keeps happening. At night, your sleep becomes a battlefield. You wake up in panic, heart pounding, drenched in sweat, even though nothing disturbed you. You see strange shadows in your dreams, figures chasing you, terrifying images, faces you don't recognize, dreams that leave you shaken, anxious, or crying. Sometimes you feel paralyzed in your sleep, unable to move or speak, no matter how hard you try. You scream in your mind, but your mouth won't open. Your body feels frozen. When you try to pray, your chest tightens. It's not normal stress. It feels like something is sitting on you, pushing your energy down, making you want to give up before you even begin. You stand for salah, and your mind drifts. You open the Quran and suddenly, you forget how to pronounce the words. Your voice trembles. It's like your soul is under attack from the inside. You start noticing cold spots in the house, even when everything else is warm. You hear soft whispers when no one else is home. You sense something move past you, even though you're alone. And people don't believe you when you explain it. They say you're imagining things, overthinking, maybe just stressed. But deep down, you know better. Because this doesn't feel like normal anxiety. This doesn't feel like overthinking. It feels targeted, personal, like something wants you to feel fear, confusion, and disconnection. This is what spiritual warfare looks like. And Islam teaches us clearly, jinn are real. Sihr, black magic, is real. And one of the most common ways it works is by creating fear, pressure, and mental darkness. It doesn't always show up as loud chaos. Sometimes it shows up in the silence, when you're alone with your thoughts. It hides in your atmosphere. It drains your peace. It surrounds you in ways no one else can see. And if you ignore it, if you say it's nothing, it only grows stronger. Because spiritual attacks feed on neglect. They get worse when you stop fighting them. But here's what gives you power. They can't stand the Quran. They can't stand dhikr. They can't stand your connection to Allah. Because when you start remembering Him, when you start reciting His words, when you whisper, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil, the darkness begins to shake. The shadows begin to scatter. Even if you're afraid, even if your hands are trembling, even if your heart feels weak, the moment you call on Allah, you are already protected. You are not crazy. You are not imagining this. You are not alone. You are in a fight for your peace, a fight for your light. And the one who fights beside you is greater than anything trying to harm you. So if you've felt watched, if your heart has been heavy for no reason, if you've been carrying fear that you can't explain, this is your reminder. You don't need to face it alone. You don't need to live in fear. Because the one who created the light also created you, and He is with you the moment you turn to Him. Sign 5. Everything you try fails without explanation. You plan, you prepare, you don't cut corners, you do what's right, what's smart, what's advised. You give it your time, your energy, your heart, because you believe in it. Whether it's a business idea, a marriage proposal, an academic goal, your health journey, or even a simple job application, you go in with intention and hope. And at first, it all looks promising. You see signs of progress. You get the interview. The conversation is good. The results look positive. You even make dua, pray istikhara, ask Allah to guide you. And so you think, this is it. Finally, my time is coming. But then, suddenly, it all falls apart. Not slowly, not predictably, but sharply. The conversation stops. The deal dies. The person backs out. The project you gave your all to is cancelled or delayed indefinitely. And there's no real reason, no logical explanation, no red flags that could have warned you. You feel shocked, confused. You replay it over and over in your mind, asking yourself, what did I miss? What did I do wrong? And it doesn't happen just once. It becomes a pattern. Everything that gets close to working out doesn't. Doors that should have opened slam shut. Opportunities fade before you can even touch them. People who seem supportive disappear. And after a while, you stop getting excited, because hope has started to feel like a trap. And then the self-doubt begins to whisper, maybe I'm not meant to succeed. Maybe Allah is angry with me. Maybe I'm not good enough for the things I'm asking for. But here's what you need to realize. Sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's not failure. It's spiritual interference. There is a specific type of Sihr, witchcraft, called Sihr al-Tasrif, a dark force designed not to hurt your body, but to block your movement. Its entire goal is to sabotage your path, to destroy opportunities before they can grow, to close doors before you can walk through them, to drain the barakah from your life before it even reaches your hands. It doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it shows up as stagnation, as confusion, as constant delays, as unexplained rejection. It makes it feel like every time you get close to a breakthrough, you hit an invisible wall, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't move forward. It's like something is stealing your momentum, like you're being pulled back every time you try to step forward. And over time, it does something even worse than stopping you. It starts to convince you that you're the problem, that Allah isn't helping you, that the things you want in life just aren't for you. But that's the trap. Sihr al-Tasrif doesn't just target your progress. It targets your belief. It breaks your spirit slowly, hoping you'll quit on your own, so it doesn't have to keep fighting you. It wants you to walk away from your goals, to stop making dua, to stop trying altogether, to settle for less than what Allah already wrote for you. But you have to see it for what it is, a test, not of your skill, not of your worth, but of your tawakkul, your trust, your spiritual resilience. Because no matter how many doors were slammed in your face, no matter how many times people changed their minds, no matter how many times you were ready, prepared and qualified, if Allah has written something for you, nothing in this world or the unseen can stop it. Not Sihr, not jinn, not people, not timing, not your past. The one who controls the outcome is also the one who hears your every whispered dua. And sometimes these constant setbacks are not signs of failure. They're signs that Allah wants you to wake up spiritually, to stop putting full trust in the effort and start putting full trust in Him. Because sometimes when you feel blocked from the world, it's because Allah is pulling you closer to Him. He's not closing doors to punish you. He's doing it to protect you, prepare you, and redirect you to something bigger. But He wants you to come back to Him fully first. So if your life feels like it's frozen, if every effort feels wasted, if nothing you try seems to work, and you've started to believe the lie that you're not enough, stop. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are not a failure. You are being called to fight back spiritually, called to protect yourself with the Quran, called to lean on Allah more than ever before. Because healing doesn't just mean your heart gets lighter. It means your path becomes clearer, your mind becomes calmer, your soul becomes stronger. So light your home with the words of Allah. Cover your soul in Ayatul Kursi. Make dhikr part of your daily breath. And trust, truly trust, that Allah will open the door that no one can shut. Because when it's your time, not even the strongest sihr, the darkest evil or the deepest setback can stop it. The door will open, the opportunity will return, the peace will come back, and your soul will rise, not just because of what you earned, but because of who you turned to in the darkness. Sign 6. Your house feels like a place of pain, not peace. There was a time when walking into your home felt like entering safety. You'd close the door behind you, and a sense of calm would wrap around you like a warm blanket. The outside world could be loud, cruel, chaotic, but in here, you could breathe. Your home was more than just 4 walls. It was your sanctuary. It was where you rested your heart, where you found Allah in the stillness, where love echoed through the rooms and laughter softened the edges of hard days. But now, it feels different. You walk through the same door, but the peace is gone. Instead of warmth, you feel a quiet, invisible weight press against you. The air feels heavy, almost suffocating. The rooms look the same, but the atmosphere has changed. You feel tension, not always loud, but constant. It's in the way people avoid eye contact, in the sharpness of small arguments, in the silence that hangs, not with calm, but with discomfort. Conversations turn into conflict. Love turns into resentment. Joy feels like a stranger. At night, your sleep isn't restful. You toss, you turn, you wake up multiple times, sometimes breathless, sometimes afraid, but with no idea why. Your dreams are strange, filled with symbols you don't understand, people chasing you, rooms that feel endless. You wake up more tired than before you slept. Your body lies still in bed, but your spirit feels restless, like it's trying to escape something it can't see. You play the Quran, hoping to restore what once felt holy. But instead of calm, irritation rises. Some members of your household grow uncomfortable. Some even get angry, as if the Quran is exposing something unseen. You stand for prayer, but your focus disappears. Your chest feels tight. Your thoughts are scattered. And that sweet connection you used to feel in sujood, it's gone. You finish your prayer and feel just as heavy as before. You start asking yourself, why does my home feel like this? Why does it feel like something is watching, weighing us down? Why do I feel more drained inside these walls than anywhere else? At first, you try to dismiss it. Maybe it's stress. Maybe it's just a difficult phase. But then you notice the patterns, and you realize this isn't just emotional, it's spiritual. Because not all harm is physical. Sometimes sihr, witchcraft, doesn't attack your body. It attacks your home. The very space that should be your refuge. The place where you reconnect with Allah, grow in faith, and recharge your soul. Sihr targeted at a home can create invisible chaos, unexplained tension, frequent arguments, sudden health issues among family members, disturbed sleep, a general heaviness that lingers in the air. Some people, out of jealousy, hatred, or pure evil, send this energy. They bury cursed items near homes, They make evil intentions toward a family, not to destroy your home physically, but to corrupt it spiritually, to fill it with whispers, with darkness, with restlessness, to turn it into a place where the Quran feels unwelcome, where Salah feels forced, where hearts feel disconnected, not just from each other, but from Allah. And that's the most dangerous part, because when the peace in the home breaks, everything inside it begins to fall apart. The family bond weakens, worship becomes a struggle, faith begins to fade, and exhaustion becomes the new normal. But here's what you need to remember. You are not helpless, and your home is not doomed. The Prophet Muhammad gave us a clear shield. A house in which Surah Al-Baqarah is recited is not entered by Shaitan. Muslim, that is not a metaphor. That is a spiritual law. Darkness cannot remain where the light of Allah is constantly present. No sihr, no jinn, no evil eye can coexist with the living, breathing power of the Quran. But the key is consistency. Not playing Surah Al-Baqarah once when you're scared. Not turning to it only when things fall apart, but letting it become part of the heartbeat of your home. Make the Quran the loudest sound your walls remember. Let it echo through your halls, seep into the floors, cover your ceilings. Make dhikr your background noise. Let Allah's name fill your kitchen, your bedroom, your children's rooms. And slowly, you will feel it shift. The heaviness will lift. The tension will soften. The silence will no longer feel cold, but peaceful. You'll sleep deeper. Your dreams will calm. Your prayers will start to feel like they're reaching heaven again. Because peace doesn't come from new furniture, candles, or decorations. It comes from barakah, and barakah enters when the Quran lives there. So, if your house has felt like a prison, if your heart has been uncomfortable in your own space, if arguments keep happening for no reason, don't normalize it. Don't accept it as just life. It might not be physical, it might be spiritual interference, and that means it needs a spiritual response. You are not cursed, you are not too late, you are not forgotten, you are being reminded by Allah to take back your home. So light every corner with His words, reclaim every wall with His remembrance, and restore your home to what it was always meant to be, a place of sujood, a place of peace, a place where Allah is felt in every breath. Sign 7. You're losing connection with Allah. No matter how hard you try, you sit down to pray, not because it's a routine, but because deep inside, you want to feel close to Allah again. You've felt disconnected lately, and you're hoping this prayer will help. You make wudu, slowly, mindfully. You lay out your prayer mat, find a quiet spot, raise your hands, and begin. But as soon as you start, your thoughts scatter, not small distractions, but racing, intrusive thoughts, memories, to-do lists, worries. Everything except Allah fills your mind. You push through the prayer, hoping the focus will come. But before you know it, you're saying, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and you don't even remember what you said in your sujood. You sit there after, quiet, still, exhausted. But instead of peace, you feel emptiness. Nothing lifted, no calm, just a cold silence in your chest. You open the Quran, yearning for that familiar pull, that softness, that lightness, that awe you once felt when the verses would touch your heart directly. But now, the words feel distant. You read them with your eyes, but your heart feels numb. You close the mushaf, and instead of feeling full, you feel hollow. You try to do dhikr. You whisper, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illa Allah. But it doesn't feel real. Your tongue moves, but your soul is quiet. You forget where you were. You pause halfway, staring at the ceiling, wondering what's wrong with you. You used to cry in sujud, real tears, the kind that left you feeling clean. You used to raise your hands in dua and feel Allah right there with you, like a soft wind carrying your pain upward. Now, even when you try, even when you say, Ya Allah, it feels like the words hit a wall. And then come the whispers. What happened to me? Why do I feel so far from Allah? Even when I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. Why does my worship feel like it's missing its soul? And here's what no one tells you. This right here is one of the most dangerous, silent weapons of Sihr. Because Sihr doesn't always destroy from the outside. Sometimes it goes for the core. Not to ruin your job, or your marriage, or your health, but to steal your most priceless connection, your link to Allah. It creeps in slowly. It makes your ibadah feel dry. It turns your faith into a mechanical habit, not a living relationship. It convinces you to doubt, not loudly, but quietly, subtly, whisper by whisper. It tells you Allah isn't listening. He's disappointed in you. You've fallen too far. Your du'as don't matter anymore. And over time, you start to believe the lie. You pray with your body, but not with your heart. You read Quran with your eyes, but not your soul. You make dua, but with a voice that doesn't expect an answer. That's how Sihr weakens you. Not by breaking your life, but by breaking your connection. And once it has that, it has everything. But listen carefully. This silence you feel, this distance, it's not real. It's not Allah turning away from you. It's the fog of a spiritual attack, and your spirit is calling for rescue. Because Allah never leaves. Even when your heart is numb, even when your prayers feel robotic, even when you don't feel anything at all, He is still there, still watching, still listening, still loving you. He saw the fight it took just to sit on that prayer mat. He counted the tears you wiped away before anyone saw them. He heard the whisper in your chest when you couldn't even form the words. He doesn't wait for perfect prayers. He doesn't expect perfect focus. What He loves is truth. Raw, imperfect, trembling sincerity. And sometimes, that one broken whisper. Ya Allah, I don't even know how to pray right now, but I need you, is more beloved to Him than the most eloquent speech. So don't stop. Even when your heart feels disconnected, even when the words feel dry, even when you feel like you're failing. Because the moment you feel furthest from Allah might be the exact moment He's pulling you back. He doesn't pull you back to punish you. He pulls you back to heal you, to purify your soul, to wake up something inside you that the world, or Sihr, or your own sadness tried to bury. The wall you feel between you and your Lord, it's made of whispers, doubt, fear, guilt, but it's paper thin, and one sincere dua, one honest moment of, Ya Rab, help me, starts to tear it down. So keep going. Even if your voice shakes, even if your worship feels weak, even if your tears won't fall, because that refusal to quit, that choice to keep standing in front of Allah, that effort, no matter how small, is faith. And faith, even the size of a mustard seed, is enough to destroy every ounce of darkness ever sent your way. It's enough to call down the mercy of the most merciful. It's enough to bring you back home, to the peace, love, and light of your Creator. So don't give up, don't walk away. And don't believe the lie that you're too far gone, because the one who still puts prey in your heart is the one who still wants you near. How to protect yourself, simple and powerful. If even one of these signs felt familiar, stop right here. Close your eyes for a second. take a deep breath. You are not overreacting. You are not imagining things. And no, you are not weak for feeling this way. What you're facing, no matter how invisible, how strange, or how heavy it feels, can be healed. You are not cursed forever. You are not broken beyond repair. And you are certainly not being punished by Allah. What you're experiencing might be painful, but sometimes pain is not punishment. Sometimes pain is a wake-up call, a divine signal, a reminder to return, not to people, not to the world, but to the only one who truly understands what your soul is going through. Because there's a special kind of exhaustion that comes from fighting something you can't see. When your body feels tired but your tests say you're fine. When your heart feels heavy but you don't know why. When life keeps pushing you down and the world keeps telling you to stay positive. When your own family, friends, even scholars don't fully understand the depth of what you're carrying. That's when it starts to feel hopeless. That's when you start doubting yourself. You wonder, is it just me? Am I just being dramatic? But deep down, something inside you knows this is not normal. That feeling, that quiet knowing, don't ignore it. Because in Islam, we are taught that not everything we face is physical. Some struggles are spiritual, and spiritual battles require spiritual weapons. The truth is, you don't need to go from person to person, chasing answers that only Allah can give. You don't need to look for magical shortcuts, rituals, or objects. You don't need to fall into the trap of fear, confusion, or desperation, because Sihr is real, but so is the cure. And it's not hidden in complicated rituals. It's right in front of you, in the Quran, in your salah, in your dhikr, in your tears, in your whisper of, Ya Allah, I need you. The Prophet Muhammad didn't just warn us about spiritual harm. He gave us a full spiritual defense system. You are not left unarmed. You have access to protection that no force of evil can ever break. Start with what Allah revealed to protect even the Prophet himself, Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas. These are not just chapters of the Quran, they are divine shields. Recite them in the morning before you step into the world. Recite them at night before you go to sleep. Recite them when your heart feels tight, when your thoughts feel scattered, when your energy is low. Blow them over your body, over your children, over your home. Let them be the barrier between you and what you can't see. Then make Ayatul Kursi your best companion. The Prophet told us that whoever recites it after each prayer is protected from shaitan until the next. That's not a metaphor, that's a promise. It takes less than a minute, but the protection it provides is beyond what the eye can see. And if your home has felt heavy, filled with tension, arguments, or sadness for no reason, turn to Surah Al-Baqarah. Play it in your home often, not just when things go wrong, but as a regular habit. Make it part of your environment. Let its words echo through your walls. Because the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that shaitan does not enter a home where this surah is recited. And if shaitan cannot enter, neither can the darkness he brings. If the burden feels too heavy, if you feel lost and overwhelmed, Ruqyah is a mercy from Allah. But be careful. Only seek help from those who follow the Quran and the authentic Sunnah. Avoid anyone who asks for money, strange items, personal objects, or rituals that feel wrong in your gut. Real Ruqyah does not create fear, it creates faith. It doesn't pull you away from Allah, it pulls you closer to Him. But above all, more than any verse, more than any treatment, more than any healer, the strongest weapon you can carry is your tawakkul, that quiet, trembling trust that whispers, Ya Allah, I don't understand what's happening, but I trust you, and I know you will take care of me. Tawakkul is what keeps your heart alive when everything else feels dead. It's what holds you steady when the world shakes beneath your feet. It's what makes you powerful, even in your weakest moments. Because healing doesn't always happen overnight. Some days you'll feel lighter. Other days the shadows might try to return. But every single time you fight back, through dhikr, through dua, through even the smallest effort, you are winning. Every verse you recite is a sword. Every sincere tear is a shield. Every time you get back up and say Bismillah, even when you're exhausted, you are pushing darkness out of your life. So don't give up. Don't let the silence fool you into thinking your prayers aren't working. Don't believe the lie that nothing is changing. Because sometimes the biggest changes happen deep within the soul, before they show up on the outside. You are not just healing. You are being transformed. You are being prepared. And the moment you chose to fight spiritually, the moment you chose Allah over fear, you already started winning. Because the one who protects you, the one who heals you, the one who breaks every spell is already with you, closer than your own heartbeat. All you have to do is keep turning to him, again and again, even with shaking hands, even with a tired heart, because that weakness, when placed in front of Allah, becomes your greatest strength. If you've made it all the way here, if you didn't just watch with your eyes, but listened with your heart, if even one part of this message made you feel like it was speaking directly to your pain, your confusion, your silence, then don't leave without doing something small, but deeply powerful. Pause for a moment, right now, and comment this below. Ya Allah, protect me from all hidden harm and give me peace that no one can take away. It may look like just a few simple words, but sometimes it's the smallest prayer that opens the biggest door. Sometimes it's the quietest voice that reaches the highest heaven. And sometimes it's your one line in the comment section that becomes the turning point in someone else's life. Because you never know who will read it. Someone could be silently scrolling, heart heavy, eyes swollen from tears, and they see your dua, your words, your faith. And in that moment, they feel less alone. They realize their sadness has a name, their exhaustion has a cause, and, most importantly, it has a cure. So don't think it's small. This is not just a video. This is not just content. This is a space for healing, for truth, for coming home to the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Share this video with someone who doesn't know how to say, "I need help." Send it to the friend who jokes during the day but cries themselves to sleep. Pass it to the one who has been told by the world to stay strong, when all they really need is softness, connection, and a reminder of Allah's mercy. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Not because we need the number, but because you might need the next reminder, the next shield, the next step back to the peace you've been craving. This channel, this space, it's not for attention, it's for protection. It's for the souls carrying silent pain. It's for the ones who feel like they're walking through life alone, when in reality, Allah is walking with them every step of the way. So if your heart is tired, if you're carrying wounds no one can see, if you've been searching for comfort, for direction, for a reason to keep holding on, this is it. This message found you for a reason, not by accident, not by coincidence, but because Allah sees you. He knows what you're facing, He knows what you're carrying, and He wanted you to hear this today. May Allah place a light in your heart that never goes out. May He give you strength that rises when everything else falls, and peace, true peace, that no heartbreak, no person, no spiritual attack can destroy. May He shield your home from every unseen evil. May He replace your fear with faith. And may He wrap your heart in a closeness to Him that no darkness can reach. Amen. Until next time, keep praying, keep hoping, and never stop turning back to the one who always hears you, even when the whole world is silent.